right, so let's take a look up here. Hey guys, so one of the things is I was talking to Miss Burns, who is not a new to teaching, but new to teaching honors, and she's like, one of the things that I'm so like amazed at is that they can't read directions, and I'm like, I know, I get it. Okay, so yes, graph the function, label the vertex and the axis of symmetry, and then 7 and 8. Graph the function, label the x-intercepts, the vertex and the axis of symmetry. So please, when it says graph, you have to graph. Another thing, when you graph, you've never seen me just kind of go like that. All right, you have to, put down your tick marks. That's why I say use graph paper. If you use graph paper, you don't have to worry about the tick marks. We talked about that the first day of school. I said if you have graph paper, you just go x-axis, y-axis, and go. Okay, if you don't use graph paper, and that's your choice, if you choose not to use graph paper, you must go like this every time you graph and label those. Okay, so if you're not using graph paper, I got to see that. Just drawing a U on a XY table or XY coordinate plane is not going to cut it. All right, so I'm done lecturing. Let's go into here. Talk about these. Graph, identify the vertex and the axis of symmetry. 1 and 2 are similar because they're in vertex form. Which way did number 1 shift? Left 1. So your vertex went over to what? -1, 0. What's the axis of symmetry then? X equals -1. Pick 2 more points. You will have to show 5 points on your quiz tomorrow. Number 2, what's the negative out front going to make it do? Make sure when you graph it, it opens down. What's the 2 going to make it do then? Stretch. Okay, does either one of those move my vertex from 0, 0? No. Now it goes which way? Right 4, down 5. So what's your vertex? 4, -5. What's your axis of symmetry? Not just 4, but x equals. I will take off if you don't have x equals. Then pick 2 more points. I would pick probably 3 and 2 or whatever. Okay, they're closer. The closer you pick your points to your axis of symmetry, the smaller the numbers will be that you have to graph. Hi. There you go. You're welcome. Oh. Especially when it's to his dad. All right. What about this one? What about this one? It's in standard form. Can we tell which way it shifts? What's the formula for axis of symmetry? X equals what? -b over 2a. Now, when you do this, that would be +3 over 2 times 3/2. Some of you do this all as one step in your calculator. If you put this all as one step, it's dividing 3 by 2 and then multiplying by 3/2. And that's not what we want. So you need to do your whole denominator, multiply first. That gives you 3 because those cancel. And then divide, you get x equals 1. All right, so if you do this in your calculator, do the whole denominator first, get that answer, and then divide. Don't try to do it as one step. Questions on the first 3? Next one's maximum or the minimum. When I ask you for the maximum or the minimum, what am I asking you for? The y-coordinate of the vertex. Very good. Okay, so again, opposite of b over 2a. Take that value, plug it back in. That gives you the y-coordinate of the vertex. Domain is always what? All real numbers. Now, if it opens down, your range is everything less than or equal to that y value. If it opens up, your range is everything greater than or equal to that y value. Increasing versus decreasing. This one opens down. My x was the opposite of b over 2 times a, so that would be x equals 1. So at here at 1, okay, I'm not really sure where the rest of it was, but let's just take a look at this. As you read from left to right, my graph is what? It's increasing until you get to 1. So it's increasing for values of x that are less than 1. Now, once I get to 1, I'm what? Decreasing. So it's decreasing for values of x that are greater than 1. Are you guys getting better at the increasing, decreasing thing? All right, last part. Well, not almost the last part. Had a lot of people say they just still didn't get these. Okay, let's take a look at this. What's the 4 do? Stretch it. What's my x-intercept? This one is at what? -4, 0. That's not a decimal point. I dragged my hand. Okay, and what about this one? 3, 0. So that means over here at 1, 2, 3, 4. Over here at 1, 2, 3. How do I find the axis of symmetry? It's in the what? How do you find the middle? Add them up and divide by 2. So that's at x equals -1/2. Now take -1/2 and just put -1/2 here and here. Do your math. That'll give you the y coordinate. And then pick 2 more values that you can reflect. Okay, what's the x-intercepts on this one? This one is a little tricky. What's the x-intercept here? Yeah, that one's 0, 0. What's this one? Okay, so then the axis of symmetry would be at 3. Okay, questions there. Last one, we talked about a dolphin. How high did this dolphin go? 12.25. How long was this dolphin in the air? 1.75 seconds. Okay. I see here the graph. That's the second dolphin. So this is the second one. The first dolphin is here. What's the x-intercepts? What's this x-intercept? 0. What's this x-intercept? Okay, 1.5. So if this is 1 and this is 2, it's at 1.5. So which one was in the air longer? Second one, because this one's 1.5, that one's 1.75. Now, how do I find the height? Well, how do you find the axis of symmetry? You add 0 plus 1.5 divided by 2. What's 1.5 divided by 2? 0.75. So at x equals 0.75. Take 0.75, plug it back into here. That gives you your height. What did you get for the height when you plug that back in? I'm going to the sheet here. You got 9. So who went higher?
Second.
Yeah, second one. Because this one only went a height of 9. 8. Huh? How did I get 9? Do you know how I got 0.75?
Nope.
I added my 2 x-intercepts up and divided by 2. So I just said, okay, my x-intercepts are at 0 and 1.5. Add them up, divide by 2. Once you get 0.75, you just plug 0.75 back in there.
Gotcha.
That gives me 9. Anybody else? Okay, so tomorrow you guys have your quiz. Remember, your quiz tomorrow, you can use red calculators only. What do I mean by the red calculators? You will be given the little ones. I have 20 of them. So I need a handful of you to find them. How many people right now have them in their book bag from last year? See a couple, 1 or 2. You need these ones.
Then raise your hand. Oh, mine's gone.
Okay, so I have 20 of them. Actually, I have a little more than 20, but do me a favor, set some reminder to look for this.
Could you send out like a reminder? Is that too much?
What time would you like me to send it out at?
6.
6?
6 is morning.
I'm gonna have to use
Right
my
when I'm getting.
6. Okay, I'll do it at 6. I'll send out our post at 6. Okay, so look for this is a TI 30 calculators. Okay, so You are allowed to use those. This is posted on Schoology, this review. So you do not have homework tonight per se, but I'm telling you right now, if you don't do this review, you're going to be hurting on this quiz tomorrow. If you go to today where it says study, I have two things, the blank and the key. Okay, if you open the blank, it goes up here. Okay, it's the PDF of the review. Every single problem on here needs to be, you need to know how to do. This is your quiz. If I were to give you a practice quiz, there it is. And then right next to it, you see the what? Key. Now, on numbers 7, was it 7 and 8? Where did I say in standard form? What number did I say? 3 and 4. 3 and 4. On numbers 3 and 4, you must give me your answer in standard form. What does that mean? That means you have to take it and FOIL it out. Okay, you have to FOIL it out. Remember, do the first transformation. Do the horizontal shrink. Work it out. Now go left 5. When you go left 5, FOIL it out. FOIL it out. Then go 2 down. So do each transformation, clean it up, another transformation, clean it up, another transformation, clean it up. I will be around to help you. I would not, if I were you, call this an optional assignment. I would get it done. Okay? Questions?
No.
Okay.